Hey, are you struggling to beat the Con Maker, or are you just looking to improve your battle strategy? Well, in this video, I will be discussing a 3-step strategy to beating the Con Maker, but you want to make sure you hang around to the end of the video because I will also be discussing a bonus tip that you don't want to miss out on. But before we get into things, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would smash that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, ding ding, so that way you guys can be up to date when more how-to videos go live on my channel, or when I have some entertaining videos go live on my channel, because you don't want to miss those either. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now let's get to the content. Alright, so starting off, we're going to be discussing step number 1, which is weapon utilization. Now, this fight, there's a few weapons you want to focus on. You can use all your weapons, but I highly recommend you focus only on a few weapons to make this fight a lot cleaner. So those weapons are the chain gun, the ballista, the super shotgun, and the heavy cannon with the precision bolt attachment. So when it comes to the chain gun, this is the gun that you'll do the majority of your damage to the Con Maker with. The chain gun has a high DPS, so it performs a lot of damage extremely quickly. So it's really important, especially with the Con Maker, because this fight can overwhelm you very quickly with all the Maker drones and all the other things that are happening in the arena. So I highly recommend using the chain gun to do most of your damage. But when it comes to this arena, and I'll discuss later moving around the arena, you have to stay on the move. So when you do that, the Con Maker can heal herself. So you want to have a weapon that you can shoot really quickly, provide a bunch of damage, and that'll allow you to move to a new location. And that weapon would be the ballista. Now you want to be careful when you use the ballista though, because if you shoot it while you're in the air, so you're mid-jump and you shoot it at the Con Maker, it can actually launch you off the arena, causing extra damage to you that you just don't need and it's not necessary. So make sure when you shoot the ballista, you're in a safe location that you can shoot a shot and then move, or move then shoot your shot, because like I said, the ballista will help provide that extra little bit of damage really quickly that will prevent the Con Maker from healing herself, because if you go too long without shooting her, she will heal. And then for the super shotgun, now in the tutorial, and when you first play this mission, it tells you to use the super shotgun to grapple hook to the meat hook to the Con Maker and then perform a blood punch. So that is the main use of the super shotgun. But you can also, if you have the Con Maker at really low amounts of health, you can grapple to her, shoot the super shotgun at her while you're on your way to her, and then blood punch and perform all 3 actions, and that can move you into the next little phase of the fight. So that's also a little bit of a strategy you can use as well. And then when it comes to the heavy cannon, this is mostly just to use against the Maker drones, because the Maker drones, if you headshot them, you get a bunch of loot and health, which is extremely important for you in this fight, because especially using the chain gun, you're going to burn through that ammo really quickly, so you need to have a continuous supply of ammo. So I highly recommend using the heavy cannon with the precision bolt to just take out those Maker drones really quickly, especially if you have the slow motion mod attached or equipped to your character. So when you jump in the air and you use your special ability such as the precision bolt, it'll slow down time. That'll give you that extra little bit of time to line up the shot. So that could be useful too. But if you don't use that, that's fine too. You can still pull off the headshots with the heavy cannon. So now it's time for step 2, which is avoiding the attacks by the Con Maker during this fight. Now, the Con Maker has several different attacking abilities that she'll come at you with, but she also has Maker drones that will spawn in the arena with you. Now those are mainly to be an extra source of ammo for you during this fight, since those are the only other enemies that spawn during this fight. So you want to make sure you're taking headshots on the Maker drones, like I said, with the heavy cannon, to get that extra little bit of ammo that you'll need. Because you'll be burning through a lot of it. But when it comes to the Con Maker, she has multiple different attacks with like the geyser beam from the sky is what I like to call it, which is a giant like laser beam coming down from the sky. You've probably seen it already, but it'll burn you and it'll have that continuous damage effect. So you want to make sure you avoid that, and by doing so, you can just outrun it. And then when you want to watch out for the danger zones that she'll like cause the floor to be. So it's kind of like the old game you used to play where most people were, at least I used to play, and I knew my friends used to play when we were kids, and maybe you as well, of like the floor is lava. You want to make sure that it's essentially the same for this fight when you want to make sure you're staying in the high locations around the fight. Now there are locations on the ground that you can stand throughout this fight, but they're constantly changing, so you want to always be on the move. And then when it comes to the Maykr, when she's attacking you from like herself, she'll have several attacks which are like the wing projectiles that she throws at you. They're like kind of like how the Marauder throws his axe at you. It's kind of the same thing, but from the Maykr's wings. So you want to make sure that you dash out of the way of those, because you can dash out of the way of those. And then she has the purple ball of death that she likes to throw at you. So you want to make sure you avoid that too, because if it hits the ground near you, it'll still affect and hurt you. So you want to make sure you're like dashing a good distance out of the way, or moving out of the way the best you possibly can to avoid that attack. So it's really crucial to avoid the attacks in this battle and make sure you're staying on top of the Maykr drones, because those will provide a lot of damage to you if you don't pay attention to them as well. So it's kind of all blended together, but it's important to try to avoid that damage and continue to take out the Maykr throughout the fight. All right, so time for step number 3, the final step, which is continue to move in a circular motion around the map. So I like to call this a circular movement strategy. Everybody may have different names for it. It's just what I call it. So, and essentially what I mean by this is continue to make loops around the arena. And if you play Doom Eternal a lot by now, you've probably kind of learned this strategy naturally. A lot of other Doom Eternal players go by this strategy of staying in a circular motion around the arena. You don't want to like dash to the middle and like have this zigzag pattern. I mean, you can, but in my opinion, probably the best strategy is to continue to stay in a circular motion and have like a set path that you like to follow that feels right and comfortable for you and your play style. So it's kind of like, I like to reference it back to the old Call of Duty. Like last Call of Duty I played was Black Ops 2. So when I played zombies in that, you would herd the zombies in like big groups. That's kind of what this is, essentially the same kind of strategies. You just want to stay in a circular moment and kind of herd all the demons and enemies together. In this case, it would be the Maykr drones. But and it'll allow you to continue to stay out of the damage areas that the Con Maykr causes. So moving in a circular motion can be a great strategy in this fight, and it's a great strategy throughout the entirety of Doom Eternal as well. This doesn't just apply to this fight, but you want to minimize your time in a single spot, because that's really when you can get a lot of, especially if the Maykr drones gang up on you, then it's like game over at that point. So you just want to continue to stay on the move, stay in a circular motion around the arena. All right. So I'd like to say thank you for staying this long in the video. So now it's time for the bonus tip. Now the bonus tip happens to deal with the damage zones that the Con Maykr spawns in this fight, which I stated earlier is like the floor is lava effect. You want to stay away from it and you don't want to touch it. Otherwise, you're dead. Not really, but it'll hurt a lot. So you want to make sure that you avoid these zones, but sometimes in the heat of the fight when you're shooting at the Con Maykr or shooting at your Maykr drones, that you don't notice you're actually in the zone that's about to be spawned. So you do get a subtle little bit of warning though in the fight that warns you that you're in the zone area. So when the Con Maykr gets ready to spawn these zones, you'll have a little flash of red on your screen, and then you'll get a little damage indicator, which I'll show in a clip, that warns you like, hey, you're in the zone. So you do get a split second to move out of the zone before you start taking a ton of damage. So you want to take advantage of that. That gives you that extra little bit of edge to move further in the fight and ultimately defeat the Con Maykr. So that's the little bit of cheeky bonus tip I got for you guys today. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And if you did enjoy this video and you learned something new about Doom Eternal, or learned a tip that can help you in this fight, I would greatly appreciate it if you would, Doomslayer, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell, ding ding, so you guys can be up to date when my future Doom tips and tricks videos comes out, and when my entertaining content videos come out as well, if you want to enjoy watching those as well. But I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would check out the card up here in the corner if you guys want to learn some more tips and tricks about Doom Eternal and how to improve at Doom Eternal. But like always, guys, do good, do have fun, and do be kind. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.